If you've lived in Southern California, this gentleman is a familiar face. Dave Lopez is here, and he's written a book about his, 48 years?
48 years on television.
That's remarkable.
43 at CBS.
And for most of that time, you were the Inland Empire, Orange County.
Yeah, I got hired in Channel 2 in 1977, and then we expanded the news the year after I got there, 1978. And I had no idea that they were going to put me out in Orange County. And I wrote about it in the book. I went kicking and screaming because I'm never going to get on the air. I mean, I was covering a Hillside Strangler. I was covering all the floods and everything. I mean, I was doing well in LA, at least so I thought. So I thought it was a form of punishment. It turned out to be the best move that I ever made career-wise. I spent 32 years exclusively in Orange County, but they always would bring me back to LA on major stories, so I covered all of that kind of stuff, OJ, fires, floods, the whole thing. And then I went back to LA exclusively in 2010.
And so you decided to write this a memoir, and you talk about it's important to keep up with family and faith through your years in television because it can be tough on families.
It's a very difficult, I mean, you know, I don't know what the divorce rate would be among us guys in the business, but I had a marvelous wife, and she passed away, a very, very difficult disease that we went through. I write about it in the book and how tough it was. Got very lucky and met another wonderful woman who I married, and she's over there taking pictures now at a camera range. Excuse me. But it's all in the book. I wanted to make this a very personal story. I didn't want to just cover this, write about what I covered, behind the scenes. I mean, it's part of that's in there. But I think I have a very interesting background. I'm the oldest of 8 children, Hispanic family. My mom and dad came from Mexico. My father's a very successful businessman, raised 8 kids. When you have a family of 8, all kinds of things happen. And then it was just my goal always to be on television. And I write about that, and so far so good. The reviews have been pretty good. They haven't had anybody say they don't like it, so we'll see what happens.
When you first got into the business, this was not a particularly diverse business to get into, so there weren't a lot of Hispanic faces on television.
Very few. I think you can count them on 2 hands, maybe. But you know what? I really wasn't aware of that. I mean, I didn't. When I got hired by Channel 2, I was told that they were looking for a Hispanic reporter, and it just kind of went over my head. I didn't really think that was going to be, my quote, corner. And then one day, they sent me to do a story that they thought involved Hispanic kids, and it did not. One of the producers comes out and says, so-and-so, one of the guys that thought that I could just do Hispanic stories, he was really blown away by the way you did that live shot. So that ended my little niche of just doing Hispanic stories. But no, we were rare. We really were rare, but now that it's different. But, I just kept my nose to the grindstone and just wanted to do stories and never thought about my ethnic background.
Well, I know that I worked in Southern California for more than 20 years, and you were an icon when I was living in Orange County and watching what you're doing there.
Oh, thank you.
I know that you're a role model to a lot of the kids who come through the newsroom now. So this is a great way for folks to get to know you a little bit better. It's called It's a Great Life If You Don't Weaken. Family, Faith, and 48 Years on Television. Dave Lopez, this book is available in all the usual spots.
Amazon, you can get it on Barnes & Noble, you can get it on Kindle. I also did an audio book. It's going to be available in some bookstores out here in the Palm Springs area. And like I said, if you like it, write me a nice review. And I tell people if you don't like it, don't say anything.
But I'm sure you'll like it. You're going to love it. Dave, thanks so much for being on the program.
My pleasure. Thank you.